London, a city of 8 million people. But beneath the modern skyscrapers and tourist attractions, there's something ancient, something that's been here for 1,000 years. Markets, street markets, where people gather, buy, sell, gossip, trade. For centuries, markets were the lifeblood of London. They still are. Today, we're going to visit 3 legendary London markets: Borough Market, Covent Garden, Portobello Road. We'll see how they began, how they changed, how they survived. Borough Market claims to be London's oldest. Records mention it in 1014, over 1,000 years ago. But it's probably older, much older. The Romans had a settlement here, Southwark, south of the River Thames, where London Bridge crossed. Merchants came, traded. A market formed naturally. By the Middle Ages, it was established, formal, important. Covent Garden is younger. It started in 1654, the first recorded mention, New Market in Covent Garden. It was a fruit and vegetable market, serving London's growing population. By the 1700s, it was famous, essential. Then there's Portobello Road, the newcomer. It only became a proper market in the 19th century. Originally just a country lane called Green's Lane. 3 markets, 3 stories. Let's begin. 1014. That's the earliest written record we have of Borough Market, over 1,000 years ago. But historians believe it's older. The location is perfect, right at the southern end of London Bridge, the only bridge across the Thames for centuries. Every traveler entering or leaving London passed through here. Merchants, pilgrims, traders. A market location doesn't get better than this. 1276. The first formal mention in legal documents. The market had moved to Borough High Street, growing, expanding. For centuries, it served Southwark, the working-class district south of the river. Not glamorous, not wealthy, but essential. Farmers brought produce from Kent and Surrey, the Garden of England. Fresh vegetables, fruit, meat, fish from the Thames. 1756. The Borough Market Act. Parliament passes legislation establishing the market's current location, near Southwark Cathedral, where it still stands today. This wasn't just any market. It was London's primary wholesale market for fruit and vegetables, supplying the entire city. Thousands of tons of produce daily. 1851, the Great Exhibition year. Borough Market gets new buildings, designed by Henry Rose. Beautiful iron and glass structures, Victorian engineering at its finest. These buildings still stand, Grade 2 listed, protected, historic. You can visit them today. The market operated as a wholesale market for the next 150 years. Traders arriving at 3 a.m., selling produce to grocers and restaurants. Gone by noon. But by the 1990s, wholesale markets were dying. Supermarkets dominated. Big distribution centers replaced traditional markets. Borough Market was struggling, nearly closed. Then, 1998, Henrietta Green organized the Food Lovers Fair, a one-off event. Artisan producers, specialty foods, organic vegetables, handmade bread. It was a massive success. Thousands attended. People wanted real food, quality, connection to producers. The trustees realized something. The market could survive, not as wholesale, but as retail, gourmet retail. They transformed it. Artisan bakeries, cheese merchants, organic butchers, international street food, coffee roasters, chocolate makers. Today, Borough Market is one of London's top food destinations. 5 million visitors annually. From a 1,000-year-old wholesale market to a modern foodie paradise. 1654, the first written record. New Market in Covent Garden. But there was trading here before that. The area belonged to Westminster Abbey. The monks had a walled garden, a convent garden, hence Covent Garden. After Henry VIII dissolved the monasteries, the land passed to noble families. The Earl of Bedford developed it, created the piazza, modeled on Italian town squares. 1670. King Charles II grants a charter. Covent Garden officially becomes a fruit and vegetable market. It grows rapidly. By 1700, it's London's premier produce market, supplying the wealthy residents of the West End. The quality is superior to other markets. Higher prices, better produce. It attracts the best suppliers. By the 1820s, the market is chaotic, overcrowded, disorganized. The Duke of Bedford commissions an architect, Charles Fowler, build a proper market building, something grand, permanent. Fowler designs a neoclassical building, elegant columns, a glass roof, beautiful ironwork. It's stunning. May 1830. The building opens. It's magnificent. 3 separate halls, shops around the perimeter, everything organized, efficient. For the next 140 years, Covent Garden thrives. Every morning at 4 a.m., traders arrive, selling produce, gone by noon. But the area around it changes. Theaters open, restaurants, pubs. Covent Garden becomes fashionable, entertainment district. By the 1960s, there's a problem: traffic. Huge lorries delivering produce, narrow streets, congestion, chaos. The market is struggling. It's in the wrong location, too central, too crowded. It needs space, modern facilities. In 1974, the market relocates to 9 Elms, South London, near Vauxhall. Purpose-built facilities, massive warehouses, room to grow. The old market building stands empty. Developers want to demolish it, build offices, but Londoners protest. Save Covent Garden. It's historic, beautiful, important. They win. In 1980, the building reopens as a shopping center. Boutiques, cafes, restaurants, street performers. Today, it's one of London's top tourist attractions. 15 million visitors annually. From produce market to performance space. The transformation is complete. Before 1740, Portobello Road didn't exist. Not as a road. It was Green's Lane, a winding country path, connecting Notting Hill Gate to Kensal Green. Fields on either side, orchards, farms, rural, peaceful. No connection to today's bustling market. Then Portobello Farm was established, named after the town of Portobello in Panama. The British captured it from Spain in 1739. Admiral Vernon led the attack. The road took the farm's name, Portobello Road. Throughout the 1800s, it remained mostly rural. Then, 1864. The Hammersmith and City Railway opens, Ladbroke Grove Station. Suddenly, the area is accessible, connected to central London. Development begins. Terraces, crescents, houses for the wealthy, and cramped terraces for workers, domestic servants, laborers, the people who served the wealthy. A street market forms, like many London markets, selling fresh food, vegetables, fruit, meat, essential items. It serves the local community. Nothing special, nothing unique, just another London market. This continues through the 1900s, into the 1940s. Ordinary, local, functional. Then the 1940s. Something changes. Rag and bone men appear, selling second-hand goods, bric-a-brac, old furniture. They're joined by antiques dealers, specialists, people who know value, quality, history. Throughout the 1940s and 50s, more dealers arrive. The market's character shifts from food to antiques. By the 1950s, it's established. Portobello Road, the antiques market. Today, it's the world's largest antiques market. Saturday is the main day. Over 1,500 stalls. A mile of market stretching from Notting Hill Gate to Golborne Road. Southern Portobello Road specializes in antiques. Genuine, expensive, serious collectors come here. Middle section? Fashion. Vintage clothes, designer finds. Trendy, hip. Northern end? Bric-a-brac, second-hand goods. The affordable stuff. The 1999 film, Notting Hill, made it world famous. Hugh Grant, Julia Roberts. A love story set against the market backdrop. Suddenly, everyone wants to visit. Tourists, millions of them. The market becomes a destination, not just a market. From a country lane to the world's most famous antiques market. 270 years of transformation. 3 markets, 3 different stories, but similar patterns. They all started serving basic needs: food, essentials, local communities. They all faced extinction, competition from supermarkets, traffic problems, changing neighborhoods. They all survived by adapting, transforming, finding new purposes, new audiences. Borough Market became gourmet, artisan, high quality. Covent Garden became entertainment, tourism, performance. Portobello became antiques, fashion, a destination. What's remarkable is their resilience. Markets are ancient, the oldest form of commerce. Humans trading face to face. Supermarkets tried to replace them. For a while, it seemed they would. Convenient, cheap, efficient. But people missed something: the human connection. Talking to the person who grew your vegetables. Haggling with an antiques dealer. Tasting cheese before buying. Markets offer what supermarkets can't: personality, character, history, connection. Borough Market sells artisan bread that costs 3 times Tesco prices. But people buy it, gladly, because it's better, because they know the baker. Portobello dealers sell antiques at prices you could beat online. But people still come, because finding treasure in person is different, special. London has over 300 street markets. They're not dying, they're thriving. From Borough Market's 1,000-year history to Portobello Road's 200-year journey. Markets endure because they're not just about buying and selling. They're about community, about being human, about connection. As long as London exists, there will be markets, adapting, changing, surviving, thriving. 200 years and counting.